Welcome to the Hear You Out podcast, where every opinion is heard and never judged. Topics that most dance around, lie about, or just flat out avoid are discussed right here. Your host, Jesus, gives all viewpoints, no filter, just old school talk that most only have behind closed doors. If you want to listen but not be told what to believe or how to feel, have a seat. Get comfortable and welcome home. Get ready for the roller coaster and get your popcorn ready. 'Cause this will get heated.
All right, thank you for tuning in. Hear You Out podcast. We're back. Gabe, June, me, Jesus. June saying I'm loud, like always, but that's all good. That's what we're here for. I want to make sure everybody's awake. Everybody's ready to go. We rocking. We going hard. Another episode. You just all continue just to show us the love and support, and we are truly, truly grateful for that. And yeah, we want to keep it going. We want to keep things going. So first and foremost, Gabe, again, thank you so much for being here, my man. We are happy to have you, boss.
Appreciate it. It's good to be back. I'm excited.
June, always looking like you're ready to fight somebody, man. But just loosen up. Be happy. We here, man. Welcome again.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, before we go ahead and get going with the show, we got to go ahead and just go over a couple things here. Again, first and foremost, make sure you go ahead, you take a look into BarkBox. If you got any furry friends, it's something you just don't want to miss out. It's phenomenal. It's amazing. You will absolutely love the stuff that you get. It's not something we're just saying. It's something we are actual customers too. Go take a look at it. Take a look at our Facebook page, Hear You Out Podcast, and you'll be able to see a bunch of different things and options that you could pick from. Make sure you click that link. Use that to get your special discount. It's just awesome. Also, make sure you can tune in to our podcast through Apple, Google, YouTube, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Pandora, you name it, we're there. Any streaming service you could think of, we are there for podcasts. And again, the support that we're getting in all these different channels is I'm floored. I'm absolutely floored. So again, thank you for that support. Keep it coming. We're going to keep trying to give you all great content and honest views, honest feelings, how we feel. And try to make sure all sides are heard. With that being said, a couple days ago, about 4 days ago, there was a post made on the Hear You Out podcast Facebook page. It was a picture of Mr. Jeff Bezos. Yeah. And the questions was pretty simple. Is Amazon too powerful? And do they hurt or help our economy? Let's just say the comments, the feedback, the expressions went through the roof with that one. So I know I have some strong feelings to this one, and I know these two fellas over here have some strong feelings also. So we're going to get ahead. I'm going to, as always, give the floor to these two gentlemen, let them express their feelings, and then I will jump in afterwards. Hopefully June doesn't go ahead and try to use what I'm feeling, use what I'm thinking again like he did last episode. June, I'm going to give you the floor first. Yeah, man. What do you think? I mean, let's start off with the first part. Is Amazon too powerful?
Depends what you mean by powerful. It depends what you mean. From a financial perspective, are you talking from, because they're pretty much a monopoly. So from an e-commerce perspective. So I think it helps. I think they benefit. I mean, they employ 1.3 million people a year, So, I mean, thinking about it from that perspective, I mean, that's kind of helping the world in a sense, globally. This is globally, 1.3 million approximately.
Okay, so you just answered the second part of the question, which was, do they help or hurt our economy? In your opinion, they help our economy?
From that perspective, they help, yes.
From that perspective. So
from the perspective of hiring 1.3 million people a year, like the only person close to that is Walmart, which they're at roughly close to 1.6 million people. You know what I'm saying? So from that perspective, yes, they help in the economy.
But when you say monopoly, when you think of that, it's not always necessarily a good thing. So I want you to expand on that when you call them a monopoly.
So basically, Walmart is like the go-to. I'm sorry, Amazon is like the go-to for. I'm going to use this as an example. In 2020, when COVID hit,
yep.
Amazon Amazon made a lot of money. Amazon made $21 billion that year.
Okay.
In 2019, where COVID wasn't even a thing.
This man is coming with numbers
No, I'm
today.
telling you,
He
where
ready.
In 2019, when COVID wasn't a thing, they only made $11 billion a year.
Only.
You know, well, comparing it to
I know.
2020, because COVID, everybody was stuck at home. So what did they do? They shopped online.
Okay.
That's a $10 billion difference in 12 months. Like, you know what I mean? So, that says a lot where people shop at. That's where they go to is, so.
But so then, in your opinion, I just want to get this out there.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon is not too powerful. They are just right. I got to put the heat on you because I need an exact answer on this one.
I'm trying to think. I would say no, they're not too powerful simply because they're helping out. I mean, they're giving back to the community by employing 1.3 million people a year. So it's not like they're not doing that. We're talking about 1.3 million people. That's a lot of people. That's how big their company is globally. So from that, I mean, looking at it like that, they're giving back to the community in a sense.
Gabe, well, you got that smirk on your face. Go ahead, man. What you got?
Oh no. From him saying that himself, I would say they're powerful. 1.3 million people a year. That's a lot of people that so that they control their paychecks and everything. So, but I mean, I'm gonna go back, like you said, to that second question. It does help out the economy a lot. It's like, especially like you guys were saying in 2020 with the COVID hitting. Look how many people got jobs because they opened up Amazon Fresh, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So people can shop online for their groceries and not go out during COVID and everything. And it's still going and they're still making money because of it. What stores did they team up with to be able to have all that, cheese and because there's no way it's in warehouses. They're definitely powerful, especially since they had to.
We know they're powerful. The question was, are they too powerful?
That's what I'm saying. Too powerful. That's my thing. I don't think they're too powerful. Yes, they're powerful. I mean, they're powerful.
Yeah, they're clearly, but they're a powerhouse.
But I don't think they're too powerful because when you say that, it comes out negative.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said.
Have you seen the Facebook comments?
No, yeah.
Have you seen what people are
that's
saying?
What I'm saying. So when you say too powerful, it sounds like it's coming from a negative place, but they are powerful and it's a powerful company, and I don't see it as a bad thing. I mean, I'm an Amazon shopper. I shop on Amazon because there's things that I find deals on there that I don't find nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? So from that perspective, I'm especially when you have those coupons, online coupons.
Yeah, like they are. Yeah, they're powerful. I would say they're too powerful, but not in a bad way.
Okay, I respect that.
I'm thinking superheroes too powerful in a bad way is to me Tony Stark before he became Iron Man with the stuff the weapons he was using and everything. That's what I would call too powerful in a bad way.
And y'all thought y'all wasn't getting no Marvel references on this show. We cover all aspects of things
all day.
But yeah, I mean, they're doing a lot of good. They're doing with providing jobs. So at least that's a part of it.
Okay, I'm going to read to you a comment here. This is in all caps. I'm guessing they're yelling at us. I don't know. I'm assuming they are. Hover. I'm not going to give the last name just because I don't know if they want that. So Hover commented on our page and says, think of all the small businesses that went under. Thanks to Amazon, the proliferator of bankruptcy succeeded. So I think that's an interesting thought right there, right? Like, are they hurting these mom and pop shops? Are they hurting small businesses? I'm kind of curious. And if they are, then are you honestly, both of you, telling me that that's good for the economy? I haven't given my thoughts on this, by the way. I'm just trying to give all opinions here, make sure all sides are heard. I think that's extremely important here. June has just fixed his mic and he looked like go ahead, June. Go ahead.
So basically, those little companies, they just probably need to work harder.
I don't even.
You know what I'm saying? I don't mean that. I swear, I don't mean that in a negative way at all. I don't mean that in a negative way. Jeff Bezos built this company from the ground up. It started as a bookstore in 1994, and look what he made it out today. 20-something years later, 30-something years later. So that's pretty much what it is. If you're gonna let another man take over your company, then obviously you didn't believe in your company, and it just wasn't as hard. You didn't work as hard enough. We could say the same thing about Apple. Same thing. Like, he built the company from the ground up. Now the company is worth, over $1 trillion. So that's pretty much what I'm saying. We're talking about a monster of a company. This is a monster of a company. So,
Okay.
I'm in mixed feelings about that.
Okay. What you got?
Because,
and again, I didn't mean that in a negative
No,
way
no,
at
you're
all.
good.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
Even
just
though
saying,
it came out very negative,
Yeah,
but he
yeah, it
didn't
did.
mean it. He didn't
I did
mean it
not.
that way.
I did not.
Like, about the comment, it is hurting mom and pop shops. But like, try to get an Amazon account. A lot of companies are on Amazon now. You may run into a lot of competition on it, but if your stuff is good, people will find it. But I get where they're coming from. It can't be messing up that part. But so it's like it's mixed, because like is a little bit of bad to it, but there's also a little bit of good if you apply yourself to get an Amazon account, promote yourself on there to grow your stuff yourself. So
I kind of want to touch on this, right? Because you just said you could create your own Amazon account. You have all these mom and pop shops. Gabe, you personally, I know you have family members that directly actually do online selling, right? And I think they promote. Well, a couple of them actually promote on our show as well. So let's use that as an example, right? Let's say, for example, there's Amazon gets into the Scentsy business, and they start creating their own candles and their own scents and doing all of that, and they have the capital to basically provide what your family's providing, but at a fraction of the cost.
Then, right there.
How are you feeling about that?
That's hurting. That's where the too powerful comes in, because everybody knows Amazon, and that's where they'll go buy the stuff if it's cheaper. If Amazon, knowing they have one of the fastest, if not the fastest deliveries, that's where the too powerful comes in a bad way. So it's just that.
Go ahead. What you got?
I agree. In a case like that, you would just have to find ways to switch up the product to make it more appealing to people. Just switch up the product. Do something that Amazon is not doing.
But as a mom and pop shop, you think you're going to be able to be faster than
No,
than
absolutely
Amazon
not. Absolutely not. But all you can do is try to, again, do something that Amazon is not, whatever that is. You creatively do something that Amazon is not doing. You know what I'm saying? So if they're putting a certain design on these things, try to make the design better to make it more appealing to people to buy yours. I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah.
It's hard to compete with $1 trillion company. It's hard, and the chances is that people are gonna go for more of a reputable company than a mom and pops. Yes, a person will go for that. But again, if you want to have your business succeed, you have to make the necessary changes to make it succeed, and use your creative mind to do that.
Okay, so
for example,
we just got a message that just came in.
Oh, go ahead.
So from an actual listener. So he calls himself El Paco. He says, you can't blame a company. They are successful because they deliver pretty fast. They should be paying their own in taxes or something similar. So I kind of want to build on that too, because I'm going to also get back to how I feel in regards when I use that kind of the Scentsy business, right, as an example. But I kind of want to touch really quick on this taxes thing. They also don't pay the same amount of taxes that others pay, right?
Oh.
Jeff Bezos' taxes is just the percentage that he pays is way less than what most others would pay. So what do you guys feel about that?
They definitely gotta, need to be taxed a little bit more. Look at what's been what we're making compared to what he's making, and the fact that it's lower class, middle class people have to worry about paycheck to paycheck living, while he's can probably help out with that paycheck to paycheck living, making it a lot easier if he $200 billion can go a lot. If you're making that much, however much he's making a year, it's him paying taxes can help out, and the fact that he's not getting taxed a lot is a big problem.
So, I was trying to figure out how much he paid in taxes in the last couple of years, and it was hard for me to find because different websites was giving me different numbers. So I'm not gonna put a number because again, I don't know what's true and what's not. But yes, those looking at all those numbers, I can see that there's even rumors that he didn't pay, that there was certain times that he didn't pay no federal taxes on certain years, none. Him making $200 billion a year, I think that's disgusting. That's how I feel about that. That
I want you just to go into detail why it's disgusting. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just that's like hold
I'll
up.
I'll get into detail
because what you just said is like it kind of stood out a little bit. So kind of curious what makes it disgusting.
So a person like middle class, lower class, it's a shame that the middle class and lower class people that are making $20,000, even $10,000, $30,000 a year, pay more taxes than a billionaire.
But here's my question: Is that something that something that should be his fault, or is that the government's fault? Like whose fault is that?
So both. I would say both, simply because he's not doing anything about it. You know what I'm saying? And he's taking advantage of that. So by him taking advantage of that, so basically we the people, we basically are the ones who made Amazon what it is, simply because we're the ones that's providing the money. We're buying stuff from Amazon. So we're making Amazon what it is. We gave Amazon a name. He built the company, but we gave it a name. So by us doing that, the least he can do is pay taxes, pay his share of taxes, I should say.
But if it's, I guess you're not understanding my question to you. If the law states that he only has to pay a certain percentage, he can write off A, he can write off B, he can write off C, he can do all of these. There's all of these loopholes that he's not breaking the law. He's seeing what he can do, and he's using that to his advantage. How is that his fault? Is my question to you.
There's a lot of illegal loopholes out there.
Illegal loopholes.
Yes.
But right now there's been nothing proven that he's doing anything illegal. So I want to make sure we're not accusing somebody unfairly. So my question to you is, if we're talking what he's doing with his taxes, right now, from what we can only speak on, there's nothing technically illegal that he's doing. I'm not in disagreement with you that he should pay more. I actually fully agree with you on that one. But my question is how are we going to tell him you should pay more, even though legally he doesn't have to pay more because of these loopholes?
Well, we don't know what the loopholes consist of. So,
but they clearly are loopholes.
But they are loopholes because he's a billionaire with a company that's worth $1.7 trillion, and you're paying zero taxes, federal taxes. So, yes, so there are loopholes. And I'm going to say it again, it has to be illegal loopholes, because there's no way you're going to make that much money and not pay no taxes.
It doesn't have to be illegal. No, that's making an assumption. I don't want to do that. That's dangerous taxes, what we're doing.
With corporate taxes, with corporate taxes and the federal taxes, there's loopholes that apparently he's going around. And again, I'll go back and rephrase my statement.
Okay.
Whether they're illegal or not.
Okay.
The point is that I personally feel that he should pay taxes or pay more in taxes. Again, because my research was, it was all over the place in reference to the taxes. So I couldn't really find what I wanted in reference to that. There are certain pages that say that he paid no taxes. Certain pages that says that he paid no taxes. I don't know if that's true. There were certain pages that said that he paid $400 million in taxes in 2018.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what we do know, I think we can agree, he's not. He doesn't pay sufficient enough in taxes that you feel is fair. You don't think he pays his fair share. Okay. Yeah. But I'm gonna just go ahead then. I want to just make sure I get this clear as day, because this is, I think, where you and I can disagree, which is, I think this is great for the show. You're saying that it's him not paying his fair share is both his fault and the fault of the government, the way the system is set up. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to now go back and forth with you on this one a little bit because I disagree with that. How is it if right now you don't have anything to show of proof that's specifically showing where he is illegally doing this, how is it his fault? Without, again, I know what you're saying, that there's rumors, there's this, right? There's a bunch of that stuff out there. But without having that and that concrete evidence, anything to be able to point to specifically, how can it be his fault for him just basically doing what's best for him?
So you're saying, so right now you're telling me based on what we know,
Yes.
it looks like he's
gaming the system legally.
I don't
He's
know.
gaming the system legally.
Legally. Like, you can't use that word because we don't know that.
We don't know that he's doing it illegally.
We don't know if he's doing it
yes,
legally
but what,
as well.
Okay, in this country, you are innocent until what?
Proven guilty.
Right. So I am going to say he's doing it legally because he has not been proven that he's doing it illegally. That's the country that we live in. That's how we're supposed. Not granted, yeah, we all know that that's not always the case, unfortunately. But on this show, I don't ever accuse somebody unless I have anything factual on it.
I agree.
So what I'm trying to get at with you is how can it be how can you say he's doing something wrong if there's nothing concrete to prove that he's doing something wrong? Other than now, if you want to sit here and tell me, oh, well, no, I think regardless, he shouldn't even focus on any loopholes. He should just pay more just because being a good person, that's a whole nother conversation.
But that's what I said earlier. I said that he's not doing anything about it. You know what I'm saying? So if the government is basically saying, this is how much you need to pay, he goes back to his lawyer. And he goes back to his lawyer or his person that does his taxes and basically looks for the loopholes and overrides what the government basically says, this is what you need to pay. So he's gaming the system, like you said. Good choice of words. So, so the government tells him, you need to pay this much.
Okay.
Whatever, 500 million.
Okay.
Right? Okay, he goes back to his lawyer or his person that does his taxes and finds the loopholes to avoid those 500 million. He gamed the system.
Let me ask you a question. Recently during COVID, they were giving out these checks. What were those checks called? Stimulus checks?
Yeah.
Stimulus checks, right? Not to get too personal. Did you get a stimulus check?
I did not.
You did not get a stimulus check?
Oh, wait, no. The stimmy, yeah, I did. Not the
Did you
child, not the child credit one, though.
Yeah, but you did get a stimulus check, right? Financially, you're stable in your life, right? Where you think you're able to pay your bills, you're able to, COVID didn't impact you in that sense, right?
It did, yeah, thank God it didn't.
Thank God, knock on wood, right?
No.
Did you give that check back?
No. But that's a different.
That's not different.
It's totally
That's
different.
not different.
It totally is
You
different.
kept the money.
The government gave that money to
The
everyone.
government is giving him tax breaks. That's the government is giving him tax breaks.
Bro.
He's taking advantage of them, yes, but the government is giving him tax breaks. You're telling him don't take those tax breaks. Now, again, I'm in agreement with you that yes, you would hope that he would do the right thing and not take advantage of those tax breaks. But what I'm trying now, if it is proven that he's been doing something illegal, then completely I'm on board with you on this. He's wrong completely. But as of right now, we can't prove that. So what we're saying is, even though there's opportunities for him to get more money back and pay less in taxes.
It's a difference when you're paying less in taxes or paying no taxes. And that's what I'm saying. We don't know what he paid and we don't know what he didn't pay. We don't know if he paid anything at all.
But we know that it's definitely not a fair share.
Not a fair
based
share.
based on what we're doing, right?
Correct.
But and Gabe, I'm sorry. You can feel free to jump in.
Oh,
This is getting heated though.
Double Dutch. Come on, double Dutch. Come on, tag you in, bro. Come on.
But what I'm trying to say is, I'm using your money as an example for the stimmy. And listen, I'm just as guilty too because I kept the stimmy. I got the first one, right? I kept that.
See,
money,
that's the
right?
thing. We're not,
and I agree. And I'll be the first person to tell you this. There's certain people that shouldn't have got the stimulus check.
I agree.
We didn't need it. That should have gone to people that could have used it. But
agree.
yes, did I go ahead and say, oh, here, take this money back? I didn't, right? I didn't. And the same thing with you. You kept the money. But you could have done the right thing and said, you know what? No, I'm going to go ahead. This money needs to go to somebody that can really use that money. You didn't do that. I didn't do that. Doesn't make us bad people.
Right.
That doesn't make us bad people.
We're in a different position, though.
Why?
We're in a different. Why?
Yeah.
Because, bro, this dude makes $200 billion a year with a company that's worth $1.7 trillion.
So because he makes more money, he shouldn't be trying to get more money for himself?
Yeah,
that's not fair.
Truthfully, are you gonna hold that money if you making that amount of money he's making? You get a stimmy? Are you gonna give it back? Truthfully,
I won't get a stimmy.
No, but I'm just saying.
I would not get a stimmy.
I'm talking hypothetically.
But he's speaking hypothetically,
right?
But he's speaking hypothetically.
If you were to get
because
that
the
free
people
money.
are looking. There's people looking at you that are out there on welfare that maybe not even on welfare. Maybe they're not even. They have no money, and they're looking at you and they're saying, "Bro, why'd you keep that stimulus check when I could have used that?" The same way you feel about Jeff Bezos with all that money he's making. People are looking at you and seeing how much money you're making.
I hear what you're saying, but I just don't. I don't agree. I just feel that he basically deserves to pay his fair share.
We agree on that.
I wish I knew what he actually paid in the last 3 or 4 years, so it'll give me a better understanding of, because if it would have said, oh, he paid, he makes $200 billion, so he made he paid $5 billion back to the government, then okay, something is better than nothing. You know
Absolutely,
what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, I don't know.
I guess what we're disagreeing on, I don't think you understand where the disagreement is between you and I. The disagreement isn't the fact that he should pay his fair share. We agree on that one. He should pay more. Where the disagreement that you and I are having is, I'm telling you, that's a fault of the system. That's a fault of the government, the way the tax codes are written, that it allows him to take advantage of these loopholes. It sounds like you're saying, and which is what I'm trying to see if we can find that common ground, is you're saying, well, he also, even though those loopholes are there, he shouldn't take advantage of those loopholes.
Yeah, because if the government tells him, yo, you got to pay $500 million in federal taxes, all he needs to do is pay it. Now he goes back to his CPA or whatever, and finds the loopholes. I mean, for him making that much money, I don't think that's a drop in a bucket for him.
Okay, but what I'm trying to say is your stimulus check, I don't want to say it was a drop in the bucket.
Exactly.
You got money. But at the end of the day, but you didn't need that money.
Right, but
somebody
it wasn't a drop in the bucket.
That money.
But it wasn't a drop in the bucket.
But somebody else could have used that money.
But we're talking about chump change compared to what
So you're
going
to count another man's pockets is what you're saying?
No, but that's what we're all doing right now.
No, you're saying it's a drop in the bucket. I never said it's a drop in the bucket.
But what we're saying, we're basically counting his pockets because we're talking about, him, about his taxes and about his...
I'm actually defending the fact that he should be able to do whatever the law allows him to do. Now, I think the law should change.
I agree.
I think the law absolutely
should change
on that one.
I totally agree with that.
The way it's currently set up, I'm not going to fault the man for trying to do what's best for him. I didn't even get to, in this part of the episode, I didn't even get to how I feel about how he runs Amazon if it's too powerful, because I didn't get a chance to, because we got into this, which is awesome. I love the fact that we did this. But I feel the same way about the way he runs Amazon. The way he runs Amazon, yes. Do I feel horrible about what some of these other companies is happening? Absolutely. Yes, it absolutely hurts these other companies because of the way Amazon runs things. But what am I supposed to tell Jeff Bezos? Slow down? Stop coming up with better ways to run your business. Stop coming up with ways to make more and more billions of dollars. That's the
grind.
Because
homie's on a grind.
Yeah, like he's grinding, he's making his money. Like at the end of the day, we have to understand that and respect that grind and try to find a way for us to be able to keep up.
And that's what I'm saying. Going back to the Sensei that you were saying, you use that as an example. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
he's helped a lot of businesses. Yeah. Do you know how much it costs to open up an Amazon account and start selling on Amazon? $39 a month. That's it.
Look at that.
There you go.
How much does it cost to open up a store, a mom and pop shop? Way more than that. Way more than that.
Why do you think Amazon literally has so many duplicate things on there? Because it's cheaper.
It's so easy to open up an Amazon. So I didn't get it, and I hate the fact that I'm defending this man because there's a lot of things he does that I don't like. But I'm also, again, I have to be fair and I have to look at things honestly. June, I know you and I want to keep going on this conversation, but we do have to hit a break real quick.
Go ahead.
So let's go ahead. Let's hit that break. Let's come back and yeah. Don't y'all go anywhere. We're going to pay these bills real quick. We coming right back. June looks like he's ready for round 2.
Hey, it's Izzy from Mom and Pop Scent Shop, where we offer a safe alternative to candles through wax and warmers that provide long-lasting fragrances minus the flame, soot, smoke, and toxins. Our warmers are backed by a lifetime warranty against electrical and manufacturer defects, and our wax is like no other. The best part? You can get most of our products for free and half price. Just ask me how. 863-257-8818. But don't take my word for it. Here's Ashley.
Scentsi's wax warmers are so cute. There's literally something for everyone, and their wax bars last longer than any other brand I've tried.
Hey, it's Gigi with Gigi's Customs, where you can get your t-shirts, tote bags, budget binders, cups, and notebooks customized any way you'd like them. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. You can find me at Gigi's Customs on Facebook, spelled GIGI''S Customs, or contact me through my email, gabby'scricket@gmail.com, spelled GABBYSCRICUT@gmail.com.
Right. Scentsy, we just talked about it. make sure you guys go ahead and check out that Scentsy. It's awesome stuff. And then make sure you go check out Gabby too. Gabby's materials. Gabby's phenomenal with some of the stuff that she has. So make sure you check it out. Listen, we support all businesses. I want people to go ahead and have an opportunity to go ahead and take care of their family, whether it's at a store, whether it's at home, whether it's e-com. You go ahead and you do what you do, and we truly support that. So Gabby, Izzy, you all go ahead. We're rooting for you 110%. And then, BarkBox. Make sure you all check out BarkBox. Go to Facebook, our Facebook page. Scroll down, look for that BarkBox page, and make sure you use our special code to go ahead and get that special discount.
My little K loves it. So you guys got to do that.
Check it out. All right. So, just before we went to break, June and I got into some really fun, heated conversation. But it was good because you got to hear kind of both sides of how people feel about what Jeff Bezos is doing, how he's running his business, how he's paying with his taxes. And June and I clearly we're on two opposite sides of the spectrum here. But I think it's awesome the fact that that we were able to go ahead and let that be heard. But I also want to go ahead and there's another part of this conversation that isn't talked about much. And that is the employee side of things, right? We know Amazon is successful as a business when it comes to selling and having that e-com on lock, absolute lockdown. But how do their employees feel? What do they treat their employees right? We've heard some of the voices of people out there. But Gabe, I know you personally wanted to go ahead and touch on this really quick, so I'm going to give you the chance to go ahead and touch on it. I may have some stuff also, but I want to give you the floor first to go ahead and give your thoughts on it. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I have a close friend that works with Amazon. One of the great delivery drivers that brings you guys your packages. And he's, been going through some stuff with his Amazon boss and everything, and it's upsetting. He works for a DSP. So it's like right under Amazon. But they still like write him his stuff and everything. But he was making a good amount, during the pandemic and everything, but all of a sudden, same hours, nothing's changed, same amount. If anything, he actually got a raise to team lead, and his paychecks dropped in price, and nobody's done anything. He's went to Amazon themselves and his boss, and they're still trying to play around with him that way. That man became a team lead because not only did he learn how to drive his routes fast, get their packages safe, everything, but he's also trained a few people to do the same thing in the same speed as him. And for some reason, his checks are getting cut. It's not fair that, he's trying to speak for everything, and it's not working out, that he feels like he's not getting listened to. Being that spot team lead, basically, it's a lot of people look up to you and, go to questions and things like that, but you feel like you're not even, you're a name now. Like we did all that work to get there, but you're not there because no one's listening. So,
okay. So if this friend of yours listens to this, listen, I'm truly sorry about what you're going through. And this conversation that we're going to have is by no means a shot at you. This is, again, just trying to make sure we're being fair on the Hear You Out podcast and letting all sides be heard. So just to kind of, ask you a couple questions about this. So DSP, just so you all know, that's an Amazon delivery service partner. So I'm assuming when this gentleman gets paid, he's getting paid through the DSP part, through the company, not through Amazon, correct?
Yes.
So how does that fall on Amazon?
Well, it's they hired that person is like
a third party.
Yeah, just so you know, that it's an independent business that partners with Amazon to deliver packages. So this company that's
partnered with Amazon.
Exactly, they're partnered with Amazon. But these people that are paying this gentleman, Amazon, do they even have visibility to see that his checks are getting cut?
I wish I would have asked him that. Not too sure about that, but it's the fact that it's even. I mean, he shouldn't be going through it. I feel like them hiring somebody like that, they should make sure those guys are taking care of their people.
If that's your argument, 100%, dude, like you just knocked that out the park, right? If the argument is the fact that Amazon working with a company partner that cuts people's checks, that's a shame on them because they should be picking better partners. Completely agree on that one. If your argument is Amazon is cutting this man's check and they should be held, I completely disagree with that one because it's, to our knowledge, we don't even know if Amazon is even seeing what this person's getting paid. And the way usually the partnerships work is Amazon pays a company. Here, we're going to give you this amount. And then the company then takes that check that they get and then they pay their employees. So they have no visibility to what this person's getting paid. June, do you have any thoughts on this that you want to share?
Not really. I mean, I've heard stories. I've heard plenty of stories of Amazon mistreating their employees, and not in a physical form, just from a mental perspective, like, with their checks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is. I don't work for Amazon. I don't have no ties to them other than me going to Amazon.com and buying stuff that I like.
Yeah.
but that's the only, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if that's happening and if that's true, then, people, they definitely should try to find another job. To being in a job that mistreats you, I couldn't do it. I would try my best to find something else.
Okay.
The goal is to be happy in your job, or as happy as you can be in your job.
And it sucks because he loves what he does.
Wow.
He loves, especially he's brought the packages where kids are waiting for their certain things. So he loves what he does. He loved that he was respected at the time to be even the team lead position, and then for that to drop, it's just again, I'm not like you said, it's I can't blame Amazon, but I can the fact
to our
that
knowledge we can't, right?
To our knowledge, but
so he is a truck driver.
He's like those little vans, like the
I know,
those decent sized vans. He drives those, but it's like they hired somebody that hopefully, I mean, he speaks enough about it because he is talking a lot about it. He's telling me that he has some people that are some of like his coworkers are eventually going to go to Amazon themselves. But hopefully, I mean, because it's just you got put in that spot, and then now you feel like you're not being appreciated and getting cut.
That sounds like it's really a problem with the partner, and that if for that to be happening, he definitely needs to go ahead and speak with the appropriate departments, HR, do your research, but you got to come with the facts, right? Hey, look, this is what I'm doing. This is what's happening. This is what I'm getting paid. This is what I should be getting paid. And you're gonna have to be able to back that all up. So, by all means, listen, 100%, go ahead, do what you have to do. The worst thing you could do, just I'm telling you from a business standpoint, is talk to just friends about it in the workplace, because then it becomes more gossip than actual action gets done. So again, I strongly recommend. Come up with a plan, get everything written out, go talk to HR, get your money, man. Get your money because you work hard for it. I'm assuming he has a family he's trying to take care of. Go get your money. Go do what you need to do.
Hopefully Jeff Bezos will listen to this, give him a tax, cut him a check and use it as the tax break, man.
He'll use the stimulus that you kept, right?
That's it.
So I also want to go ahead. I kind of want to talk about, because I did speak to a couple people that work at Amazon, directly at Amazon. So I kind of asked her, I was like, look, tell me, what do how do you feel about Amazon? Is it more of a burden to work at Amazon, or is it more of a benefit to work at Amazon? And I could tell you across the board, everybody said the same thing to me that I asked, which is there is some burden to it, but there's also the benefits of it too. I guess their medical benefits are pretty solid, are pretty beneficial there. And they like that portion of it, but there is a lot of work and they work you to the bone. So, right, you have your negatives, but that's everywhere. That's everywhere that you go and you work at potentially. So, to be able to say that Amazon is this horrible place to work at, I can't say that because I tried to do my research. I can tell you guys I did. I've heard what people are saying. Some of their warehouses are horrible. People were sick, COVID passing, all these other different things. I've heard about those stories. And if that's true, for those people that are saying, oh, well, that's not Jeff Bezos, that's the managers in the place, that's not true at all. It starts all the way up at the top, which starts with Jeff Bezos. So if that is the case, he needs to improve his hiring process for managers, his leadership. He needs to improve that from all the way from the top, work its way down. So I hope that's what he's doing. I've heard that actually they've taken some initiative to improve some of their hiring processes for their leaders. So that's kind of what you have to do. Yes, it's going to cost you. You're going to have to invest in that. You're going to have to invest in leadership training and management training and all of that.
He got it.
Yeah, keep
He
counting
got
the
it.
pockets. Keep counting the pockets.
He got it, bro. I ain't counting his pockets, but he got it, bro. He got it. Everybody, the world knows how much he makes a year, bro.
No, but like you said, Amazon is a hardworking place, but I hear like their benefits are worth it. I also heard they allow you, I don't know if it's still a thing, but to have stocks with them, like that's always great to have.
You can.
So,
And I know personally of someone that had that, right? And those stocks actually helped them keep their home.
yeah, like, see, like
It's okay, June. I'm sorry. You got really excited on that one. Go ahead. What you got, June? Go ahead. What you got?
So it's so expensive, bro, to buy a share of Amazon. It's like over $3,000 a share of Amazon stock, bro. Like I think that's ridiculous.
but I think that's where the working there, that's where the benefits probably kick in.
I mean,
So,
it depends how many shares they give them. You know, I mean,
Definitely.
even having one share of that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's $3,400 per share of stock. So if I wanted one share of Amazon, I have to pay $3,400. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. It's very expensive. But again, there's people that pay that. You know what I'm saying? There's people that pay that because again, they believe in the company. But I think it's overpriced from a stocks perspective, a market cap, a market perspective.
I don't know much about stocks, but
But
isn't like then that makes it harder for people outside the company to buy the shares, right? Am I
Yes.
right on that one?
so and
That's not a bad thing then, because if I'm an employee, that makes my stocks that much more valuable, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
less people can get in on it. Am I right on that, or is that not the way it works?
it's hard to explain.
Well, I need you to explain it, but you can't. I can't have you take 20 minutes to explain it. So you got like 30 seconds. Go.
30 seconds.
Go. Is I mean, it's simple. Like, does that help the fact that less people own the stock?
So the more people that buy it,
Uh-huh.
the benefit is for you because then you could sell your stock at a higher price, so you get more capital.
So the less people that have the stock, it hurts.
It depends how many. That's what I'm saying. So let's say 100 people buy the stock.
Uh-huh.
You're one of those 100 people.
Okay.
If you sell your stock, then you capitalize off of those other people that
Okay,
bought
but
it.
me and Gabe and 100 other people work for Amazon. We have the stock. You want in on it, you do not work for Amazon. So you're going to have to pay a lot more for that stock, right or wrong?
I gotta pay for no, because I don't have to buy one share. So let's say Amazon stock, for example, which it is $3,000 a share.
Okay.
I could just buy a portion of the share. I could just pay $100
Mhm.
and buy $100 worth. I don't have to pay the whole $3,400.
All right, we're going down a rabbit hole that I don't think.
That's
we're
what
gonna
I'm
be
saying.
able
It's
to.
hard to explain.
Okay.
You know,
We'll do the stock talk for another one then.
yeah, we'll save it.
'Cause,
It's a lot and it's hard to explain.
But if you're telling me it's $3,000 a share, like whatever that's a lot of money,
Right.
and they're giving that to their employees.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's
I don't know.
not-
We
that's
don't
not
know.
bad.
We don't know if they're giving them the full share. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what they give it, but I can tell you, from not personally, but people that I know personally, it saved their home because they had that option.
So they were probably able to cash it out. So
Yeah,
if that's the
and
case, then absolutely.
They
I'm with
literally
it.
it saved their home.
I'm with it.
They got out of debt and everything. That's how much. So they had built the company over 10 years easily, and they were able to. So that's phenomenal. But again, all sides heard. I'm gonna go ahead and here's someone, Tom on Facebook, that said, yeah, you could have it. You could put it in proper accommodations for the warehouse that just got leveled in that storm. Cutting corners cost lives. But then if a guy drawing the map cuts the corners out of the road for you, I guess you're not to blame, right? So if the guy cuts the corners, who's to blame? Jeff Bezos?
That's a good.
Or the guy cutting the corners?
That's a great statement.
I'm just curious. Like, what do we think? Do we agree with that? Do we give him the air horn, or do we give him the buzz?
So he said if the guy cuts the corners, who is to blame?
You're
Jeff-
not to blame, right? So that means Jeff Bezos isn't to blame. Gabe,
That's
what
you
you
know
biting
what?
your tongue
You
over
know
there
what?
for?
Oh,
I like the way he put that. So I'm gonna retract my statement from before. I like the way he said that. I like the way I like the words that he chose. So I agree. Yeah, I agree with him. I agree with that.
Gabe, what about you?
He painted a nice picture with the way he said those words. So it made me retract my statement a little.
Now, I agree what he's saying, but
Uh-oh.
going back to what you're saying earlier, it starts from the top and then works the way down, like the managers.
Mhm.
It's like it's a hard spot because what he's saying is, it's correct because like it's not Bezos' fault that those corners were cut.
Ooh.
But
did you just say it's not Bezos' fault that those corners were cut? That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
So who hired those people that cut the corners?
Not him personally.
Okay, so who hired the people that not him personally hired those people?
Nah, you can't do that.
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
cannot do
Absolutely,
that.
you can't do that. Because again, it starts at the top.
Check
when
this
you
out.
hold on. When you have a company, you hire employees, right? You hire those employees because that's going to be the face of your company. They're going to represent your company. If they're misrepresenting your company, you put those people in those seats to represent the company.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're misrepresenting the company, yes, they're at fault, but so are you for putting them in that seat.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
So you hire me to do a job.
Yes.
You hire me to basically run a department.
Yes.
And hire people for that department.
Absolutely. That's your job to do that. That's what I hired you for.
I hire Gabe.
Yep.
Right? Gabe doesn't do a good job.
Yep.
I give him his warnings, I write him up.
Yep.
And it gets to a point where I gotta fire him.
Yep.
If I don't fire him, I'm at fault. But that's not your fault. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't trickle down to you because I'm me as a supervisor or a manager of that department. I'm doing my job, what you hired me to do. You know what I'm saying? So what Gabe was saying, correct me if I'm wrong, he's saying that it's not Bezos' fault. It's the person that Bezos hired to hire and fire those people, that manager, right?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
So I misunderstood?
No, you're right.
What you're saying, I'm saying to what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. You're making a point.
Okay.
But it's basically like what you just said is also helping him out.
Yeah, you just literally.
No.
Literally, that's exactly what I'm talking about because I hired you.
Right.
You hired him. So if you're struggling on managing him, you're not doing your job managing him appropriately.
I misunderstood. Okay.
That's still my fault because I should have then either better managed
I represent that company and I
because
represent...
I put you, exactly. You're representing me.
Yeah, I misunderstood.
So that's where...
No.
So go ahead, Gabe. I'll give you a chance to defend yourself then.
No, listen, bro.
He tried.
Like,
June tried. I'll dap you up for that one. He tried.
No,
I wish there was cameras here, bro.
It's just... Because like once you're that high up, you don't know 100% of what's going on under you.
Agreed. That's true. Yes, very true. Mm-hmm.
I can't. Yeah, like you said, he hired those people, but I can't give him the fault that those people hired somebody that wasn't a fit, that did that mess up or something. Because he's probably right now he's looking at probably adding more into the world or different warehouses and stuff. It's like he's not paying attention to that part anymore. So that's where that's I guess that's what I should have said. It's like he can't his 100% is not on a guy delivering a package.
I love this. You know why? Part 1 of this show, I was defending Jeff Bezos. You were actually going at him. Part 2 of this show, y'all are defending Jeff Bezos, and I'm now going at him
From a different perspective.
I love
though.
this. I love
It's from a
but
different...
this is awesome because I hope for the listeners out there that they're seeing how we try our best not to play favorites here, right? Because most people, right? If you're defending Jeff Bezos one way, you're going to defend him across the board. That we don't do that here on this show. We defend the situations or we attack the situations. That's how
that's how it should be.
That's how things should be,
Agreed.
regardless of the person, regardless of who and what it is. I strongly feel that the reason why Jeff Bezos would be at fault if there is poor management, poor leadership within the company is because he may have not hired those managers directly, but he hired someone that hired someone that hired someone to put those managers in place there. So it still starts with him somewhere. It still is going to start with him. And I agree with what Gabe said, which is he's not in the day-to-day. So how can he see all these things? That's true. But that's where if you have the proper HR team, that proper HR team, what they're doing is they're taking a pulse of the company and they're reporting that data to the senior leadership. And they're reporting it to the board. Hey, here's the feedback that we're getting about the company. Here's what the employees are saying. Anonymous surveys, no names on it, right? Because people don't want to lose their jobs, right? So you do anonymous surveys. Here's what we're seeing. And then you attack that and you fix it immediately. You don't let that sit. You don't let that fester. That's what great leaders do. they are always have their pulse on the company. They don't micromanage. There's a difference. Having a pulse on the company and micromanaging, two completely different things. And I've seen a lot of bad people micromanage, and you don't want to do that. But you want to have the pulse. You want to be able to say, hey, you know what? I know how my company is. This is where we lack. This is where we're great. And then this is what we're doing to fix those areas that we lack. And this is what we're doing to make sure we continue to use our strengths. Mm-hmm. That's what great leaders do. Now, thank you, Gabe. I appreciate you for that one. So we're just about at the end here. We got about probably like 5 minutes left. So June, I kind of want to just make sure that I've allowed you to kind of express all your thoughts. I don't know if you had anything more on the tax situation, or you just had anything in general that you want to go ahead.
No, I mean, I came across a statement that basically said that he, apparently, and again, this is allegedly, apparently from 2006 to 2018, he paid approximately $1.4 billion in taxes. So how true is that? Again, I don't know. This is all alleged based off a specific website that I shall not mention.
And I'm only buzzing because I want to can you say the name of the website? That's the reason why I want to know that.
Business Insider.
Okay. That's.
I try to go to specific sites. That's what I'm saying. So we don't know.
That's not like a regular little just Joe Schmo site. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right. It ain't. No.
So 1.4 billion, you said? 1.4 billion, you said, right?
From 2006 to 2018, Jeff Bezos paid a total of about 1.4
the system's clearly broken.
billion on a reported income of 6.5 billion.
It's clearly broken because to us that sounds like a lot of money, right? For him, if you just do the math, that's
dropping a bucket.
It's
I'm gonna keep using those words, bro. Because this guy made $200 billion a year with a company that makes 1.7 trillion.
If that's what the system is allowing him to do, the system is really, really broken. I mean, badly, badly broken.
So let me just read what it says in this.
Once again, this is from Business Insider, so we don't get copyright infringement attacks here.
Right, and this is all alleged. This is what they're saying. So from 2010 to 2018, Bezos paid a total of about 1.4 billion on a reported income of 6.5 billion, or a rate of about 21%. That reported income does not include the vast increase to his net worth during the same period, about 127 billion. Oof.
So wait a minute. He paid 20% of what he made. That's just about what taxes
6.5.
are. 6.5%?
Yeah, it says
no. He paid 20%, but it's 20% of what he made.
Bezos paid a total of about 1.4 billion on a reported income of 6.5 billion.
That's about 20%. That's a tax rate.
That's what I'm saying. So that's that. And again, if that's accurate, if that's factual, then I'm with it. I'm good. Because again, there are certain sites that says that he paid no taxes. There are certain sites that he paid.
Again, I can't.
And that's why.
And you know me, like on this show here, I don't like promoting conspiracy theories. I don't like promoting all of that nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. If you guys noticed, a lot of you on here are probably gonna listen to this show, and if you left comments and it got political, I purposely did not discuss that here because everything I post these days is just, it always finds a way. Oh, what's Democrats or is Republicans? Mm-hmm. I'm not. I don't want this. I didn't want this show to get off track with that one.
And that's why I said earlier that we don't know. Like we don't really know what he paid or what he
didn't
pay.
But
right?
That's what I was trying to tell you. Like based off the facts, all we can go based on is that he's doing it legally until it's proven otherwise. Right. Then when it's proven otherwise, we can do a whole show where you go at the man's neck. Talking about drops in the buckets and all that other stuff. So you can go ahead and do that. But as of right now, this isn't a Jeff Bezos problem. This is a government problem. I'm sorry, Gabe. Will you give me that look?
Oh, no, you're good. I'm listening.
Taking it all in?
Yeah.
He's taking it all in. Okay, so that's kind of how we feel about the situation. I'm kind of curious, please, everybody out there, all my listeners, let us know your thoughts. Shoot me emails. I appreciate all the messages we get. I appreciate the emails I'm getting. Keep the support coming. We really try our best to make sure we continue to give all sides, not just one side. We're not going to put ourselves in a situation where we're defending only one person or one thing. No, we will not do that. We're going to do it right, and we're going to continue to be supporting those views, no matter what. Even if we don't agree with it, you're going to give your voice. We are absolutely going to give you a voice. So we want to thank you all. We appreciate the support. We appreciate everything you all do for us. Keep checking us out. Keep supporting us. Shoot us an email. Contact us at hearyououtpodcast.com. Check us out on our website, www.hearyououtpodcast.com. we're everywhere. You can't miss us. You cannot miss us, everyone out there. So thank you so much. BarkBox, make sure you go ahead and buy your BarkBox. And thank you for the support. Stay safe, be safe. We out. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the Hear You Out podcast, where every opinion is heard and never judged. If you like the show, make sure to subscribe and leave us a comment. If you really want more opinions, follow us on Facebook at Hear You Out Podcast, on Instagram and Twitter at Hear You Out Pod. Want us to cover a specific topic? Send us a message on our site at hearyououtpodcast.com or email us at contactus@hearyououtpodcast.com. Until next time, remember, you don't have to agree on everything to coexist.